Hey y'all, what's up? Just want to talk to you about something real quick. It's about the border, the immigration thing. Again, I know, but shh, just wait. Check this out. Now, you maybe heard that, the 25 states, the 25 governors that basically backed up Governor Abbott for Texas to, send their National Guard over to help secure the border. It's being now said that they are border states. So if you're in Wisconsin, you're a border state. If you're in Kansas, you're a border state. America is our border. And Governor Abbott has been doing what he chose to do, which was lead the protection for not just Texas, but for America, the border. Every single state in this land that we call America can or will or has been affected by the border crisis in Texas and, Arizona and things like that, right? They have been affected in some manner. I mean, look at New York City, crying to get all the migrants going there in the buses, right? What are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? It's not just Texas's problem, it's America's problem. So who runs America? The president. And I think the track record of what he has shown or what he's done or what his lack of done clearly was a folly, a lack of leadership. For 3 years, this has been building, and it's completely worse. In December, it was like 300,000 plus immigrants that came into this country. I'm not racist against any immigrants or anything like that, but there's a fair process that we need to do to make sure that, one, these people are legitimately authorized to come in, and for two, protecting ourselves against all the evil that is trying to come in and ruin our country, ruin our people, because that's what's happening. So when you want to talk about fair leadership, but then trying to save the day, well, you can't do that to make Greg Abbott, our governor of Texas, look like the scapegoat that you're trying to make him look like, because he's been our hero, America's hero, since day one, trying to protect this border. In the crisis that's going on, you had your border agents down there and it was a disaster. They couldn't maintain it. So we should be thankful that Greg Abbott has done what he has done to keep it at least not worse, because that's where it's going. So in my eyes, there's no law pushing issue with the government against Texas. That's outrageous. We're one country, one nation. Two leaders are trying to lead. Like my mother said, you have too many chiefs, but not enough Indians. I know that sounds racist, but that's just a basic term of understanding. Too many chefs in the kitchen will spoil the soup. I can go on and on, right? One of those people failed at their leadership job. That's what the facts are. That's the reality. And that was the biggest job, was to protect the United States. I don't think it's so much that. And then to try to bully us here in Texas, Abbott, to make him look like he's the bad guy when actually he was the hero of the day, still is. Foul ball. Just admit shit was foul ball, whatever. Start taking accountability for the leadership that failed. I just don't, with everything that's happened, I mean, from, the major issue that we all had to go through and stay at home for a while, with that, and then the effects of our kids not going to school properly, having that social interaction, then the paranoia of the whole world's going to hell in a handbasket. Who's going to make it? I don't know. And there's just so much drama, but it's real life scary drama that contributed to me, and I'm sure many other Americans, feeling that our leadership didn't do its job. Because that is part of your job, to protect the citizens of the United States under the Constitution. It says this, including those citizens that are overseas, that someone just happened to leave over there. Twice. Afghanistan and Israel. Why aren't the hostages home? You could say your little things about F-15s to, what, intimidate as an indirect joke or something of that nature upon Texas taking the swift force to enforce what, your failed leadership skills? To really prove your point and drive it home? Well, that's not what we the people say. If you wanted to drop those F-15s, you should have turned them over to Hamas and laid carpet down over there in those tunnels. You know? And they would have took all those expensive military equipment, firearms away from them if you did that, because Iran was supplying them. So you're cutting them off, choking it out. You can't come for Abbott this way. You failed it. You're wrong. He has that right as the governor to step up and say we're being invaded, because we are. Okay, so here's the deal. If Governor Abbott, which I know he has all the proof that he needs to back up with the facts, which would be the truth, to prove his leadership and what he was trying to do was right, when in his eyes, in my eyes, and a very tremendous amount of Americans probably feel the same way about who wasn't controlling the border. Just because you have the Border Patrol there, which are your federal agents, it's like your federal National Guard, I guess, I don't know, whatever. Just because it was a show of force doesn't mean force was being used. And to really want to take that park, because that's the separation zone from the children and the women and the able-bodied men, right? This intimidation factor sucks. It really does. And, you know, me and other people, we see through this. And it hurts. It's disgusting and it's unsafe. And we don't feel that now that you can prove that you were doing this leadership job and you were keeping the border safe the whole time. Because the first 3 years just really showed nothing of you doing that, but the opposite. And we're not going to live in a world where everything that's bad is good and what's good is bad. We ain't playing the devil's game. Some of us have to fight those devils. Why? Because we got to get to the truth and we got to bring out all the players. Some people hurt themselves intentionally to expose the truth because others won't listen. So when you put yourself in that situation, like Governor Abbott did, and stepped up and being that leader for the truth, because it's just not about Texas, it's about the whole damn country. Maybe Trump should put him as VP, right? So, if you can prove your facts, administration, currently, that you did everything in your executive power, proving that the border was secure, I would just love to read that shit. I would. Because I actually read the executive orders and how many that you established as soon as you came into power. Talk about an ego trip. Talk about a big old head. Some policies were working, keeping things maintained. Just because you didn't like someone's personality or their ego, you gotta take them out. And you're still trying. Stupid, silly, stop. The proof is always in the pudding, my friends. Never, ever, ever go ahead of yourself without knowing the facts. Because those facts, my friends, those are your truths. And nothing can come up against and stop the truth. And we, the American people, want that truth. I'm sure with a whole bunch of other things too. But we'll just take this one for now. Let's just get America squared away. We have too much hostile stuff going on in the world at this present moment to let our guard down. And what is our guard being let down? The border. The terroristic threat on that border is disgusting. And if you're the commander-in-chief, sir, you need to raise the color levels. No disrespect, of course. I know what I'm talking about because those are facts. Threat levels. Did it 9/11. George Bush, even Obama, raising security measures at the border because of the terrorist threats from 9/11. The terrorist actions and what happened. Do we need another one of that to go and happen before you decide, well, I gotta pen and paper it? But when you do, you damn better make sure that you give Greg Abbott the respect, the honor, and that privilege that he deserves for doing your job. That's what it is. He deserves a medal. He deserves anything. I mean, you give like all these other people like these crazy military medals that they don't even deserve. And they're civilians and shit. What? Blowing my mind. Medal happy and shit. Whatever. Fix it. Fix it. Because you're not doing it to get it fixed. You're undoing everything. You're making it worse, and you're keeping it that way. That seems to be your agenda. But Abbott, the great governor of Texas, he's the one that's doing the enforcement. He's the one standing 10 toes down to keep us safe. Doing your job. And then you're going to go oust him for that? Make him look like a bad guy saying it's all just, he's just trying to pull political stunts? Well, some stunts need to be politicized because the people aren't hearing it. The people don't know. You think the people in New Hampshire know what the hell's going on in Texas? Half of them don't even have cable, my friend. Stop. I know, I'm from up north, so don't even try me. But the semantics got to stop. Your little press secretary there, she's a good one. Yeah, she's a real good one. Y'all taught her well how to bring it back to us, right? Make it look like we're the problem. We the people the problem? Shame on us. We are the problem. You know why? Because not me, but America voted you in. So they wanted you. This is what they got. We can't bitch about what's happening because we all know. We asked for it. It's now time to say, is that what I really wanted? Were you really telling us who and what you were all about from the start and how you were going to build back better? Is this your idea of better? Oh my goodness. I can't even get into my own personal opinion about how I feel about this because my mouth won't let me just say things nice. So, get your Border Patrol, round them up. Lockstep, arm in arm, toe to toe, block that border. Block it. You want that entry to come in? We already have the ports of entry. We don't need several others like that park. And maybe Governor Abbott could help out a little bit and, send some of those buses, maybe to Wisconsin. Oh, but that would be crimes against humanity because it's too cold, right? Stop. It's cold in New York City, okay? But we can alleviate them to other places, right? So maybe the 25 states that actually stepped up on behalf of Texas to fight for America, so maybe they can get some place ready for them, so then the buses come, they're prepared, ready for the migrants in different states. For now, to alleviate this sanctuary city having problems. It's not a political thing, my friends. It's a political thing when the people that dropped the ball, the failed leadership, gotta do the knuckle shuffle. And then try to use their assertive powers. And because sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about and I fall down too much. You're not leading anything. It's clear. It's being directed from somewhere else. Because any person in this country would see that there's a problem with this. Not just this issue, but we could stack things on. But this video is just dedicated for that, right? Okay. So I'm not bashing anybody. I'm not really trying to get myself in trouble. Neither, because I'm speaking the facts. I'm speaking the truth. Don't let me do the research, because I will go back 3 years and find those little news clips, those YouTube videos, and the news articles, and the press print paper saying what you did, cutting everything out, turning your back. Abbott was pleading for help, mercy. You didn't show him any. But now you want to punish him? Oh, that's a leader we need, right? No. Fix it. You have a chance. It is election season. That's why you're stepping up. Trying to use your force to say we're going to put the Border Patrol up on there. Well, man, they should have been there a long time ago. Way more. Because if it was, then they would have been able to handle that influx of migrants that came in and had to live behind like fucking cages and shit. We all seen it. Which, by the way, was at the end of Obama's presidential bid. Done deal, out of office. Trump comes in office. Now everybody's blaming Trump that he had the border crisis. So what did he do? Started fixing it and made it work. So they ousted him because he showed real leadership power and getting things done. Here comes the current administration continuing where Obama left off. Now, this administration's blaming Governor Abbott like it's his fault that the border is in shambles. I can't with the Democrats doing the wrong and then pointing the finger at somebody else. Ooh. Then y'all want to blame Trump because he was... Can't blame Trump for everything. It's a time where, hey, I've done wrong. You've done wrong. Your mom's done wrong. Your dad's done wrong. Everybody in this planet has done wrong at some point in their life. Now, what makes you that great leader, that great person of character and integrity, even if you lose it within yourself to show it to other people? That's what makes you a leader. You owe Greg Abbott a huge apology. And you need to stop coming on like it's some kind of stupid civil war. The United States against Texas. No, you got 25 other states, plus Texas, that all see that there's a problem here that we're all trying to compromise and fix. But pushing your weight around isn't fixing shit. You gotta change the amnesty rule. That is not No, it's a blanket policy for everybody to abuse, and they have. Can't with that. Fix it, Congress. We got some real good people in there. Jim Jordan, I could just go on and on and on about people that are good, that do the work, that learn the facts to speak the truth with God's hammer. That's one thing we need to look at. So the politics behind it being stuck and stayed that way isn't politics, people. It's ulterior motives to why this drama and the catastrophe is happening. Because we have all the means. We have bright individuals. We have creative people. We have technology. You know what? Elon Musk, hire him as a federal contractee, because you're the contractor, and have him build millions of AI robots and stand them on the border, arm to arm, knowing some of the kung fu tricks and shit those robots can do. What? I ain't trying to fight a robot, and neither will they. But it's America. It's not just Texas's problem. It's because Louisiana might be next to Texas. It's not Louisiana's problem. I don't think so. Because now this situation is getting so worse that it's creeping into the heart of America, into the pulse of America, into the places where liberty is supposed to be. This is not the idea of liberty, because you're taking ours away.